Beyond the Gates, spoilers. Full Monday, the 6th of July, 2026. Beyond the Gates, spoilers. For Monday, July 6th, promise a dramatic return to new episodes after a week of reruns, and the timing could not be more perfect. Fans who have been waiting for the next wave of emotional confrontations, dangerous assignments, romantic surprises, and family-centered drama will finally get the payoff they have been craving. The new episode appears ready to launch the show into a powerful July stretch, one filled with tension, uncertainty, and the kind of layered character moments that make Beyond the Gates such an addictive daytime drama. On the surface, Monday's episode may seem to focus on three separate storylines. Tomas Navarro preparing to shock Catherine "Cat" Richardson, Leslie Thomas trying to show love to Eva Thomas after nearly losing her, and Joey Armstrong ordering Randy Parker to carry out a task that makes him deeply uncomfortable. However, beneath all of that, the episode seems to be about control, vulnerability, and the fragile line between love and manipulation. Every character appears to be standing at a turning point, and each decision could open the door to consequences that no one is truly ready to face. The biggest emotional moment may come from Tomas Navarro, who seems prepared to take a life-changing step in his relationship with Cat Richardson. Viewers already know that Tomas has been building toward a proposal, and the preview for the week of July 6 to July 10 shows him down on one knee at the Dupree mansion, right in front of Cat's family. That detail alone raises the stakes tremendously. A private proposal would have been intimate, controlled, and easier to recover from if the answer was not what Tomas hoped for. But by choosing the Dupree mansion, surrounded by the weight of family expectations and the powerful presence of Cat's loved ones, Tomas is creating a moment that is not only romantic, but public, dramatic, and almost impossible to soften. He is not simply asking Cat a question. He is placing his heart in her hands in front of everyone who matters to her. That makes her response even more important, because whatever she says will not exist in a quiet corner between two people. It will echo through the room, through the family, and possibly through the future of their relationship. For Tomas, this proposal is likely not an impulsive gesture. He seems to have poured real thought, hope, and emotional energy into it. He may believe that after everything Cat has been through, this is the right moment to offer stability, devotion, and a clear promise of a future together. From his perspective, getting down on one knee could feel like the most honest expression of his love. He may see himself as giving Cat something beautiful after a period of fear, medical crisis, and emotional exhaustion. Yet, love does not always land the way it is intended, especially in a world like Beyond the Gates, where every romantic gesture is tangled with pride, pressure, timing, and unresolved feelings. Cat may care deeply for Tomas, but caring for someone is not always the same as being ready to say yes to forever. If Tomas expects an immediate, joyful yes, and instead receives hesitation, uncertainty, or a cautious maybe, the moment could become devastating in an instant. That possibility is what makes the spoiler so compelling. It says that Tomas will shock Cat, and Cat will respond by shocking him right back. This strongly suggests that while the proposal itself may be the surprise Tomas delivers, Cat's reaction will be the real twist of the episode. She may not reject him outright, but she may also refuse to give him the answer he desperately wants. A maybe can be more complicated than a no, because it keeps hope alive while still creating pain. It tells Tomas that Cat has not closed the door, but it also tells him that she is not ready to walk through it. For a man who has planned a heartfelt proposal and likely imagined Cat falling into his arms with tears of joy, anything less than an enthusiastic yes could feel like humiliation. He may try to remain composed in front of the Duprees, but inside, the wound could be immediate and sharp. A proposal is supposed to be a moment of certainty. If Cat answers with uncertainty, Tomas may begin to wonder whether he misread her heart, rushed their future, or allowed his own hopes to blind him to what she truly needed. Cat's hesitation, if that is where the episode goes, would not necessarily make her cold or ungrateful. In fact, it could make her more human. She has just been through an emotionally intense period, and her connection to her family has been at the center of major drama. The pressure of being proposed to in front of everyone could be overwhelming. Even if she loves Tomas, she might feel trapped by the spectacle of the moment. A public proposal can be romantic, but it can also leave the person being asked with very little room to breathe. Kat may not want to embarrass Tomas, but she may also refuse to give a false answer just to protect his pride. That creates a painful emotional conflict. Does she say what he wants to hear and risk betraying herself, or does she tell the truth and risk hurting him in front of her family? Beyond the Gates thrives in exactly this kind of tension, where no answer is simple and every choice carries emotional consequences. Meanwhile, Leslie Thomas will also be dealing with the aftermath of a life-changing scare. After nearly losing Eva, Leslie has been forced to confront the depth of her love for her daughter and the darkness of her own choices. Leslie has long carried the energy of a villainess, someone capable of manipulation, resentment, and emotional warfare. But the possibility of losing Eva appears to have shaken her in a way few things could. When someone like Leslie claims she wants to change, the audience naturally wants to believe it while also doubting every word. That is what makes her storyline so fascinating. Her gratitude is real, or at least it appears to be real, because Eva survived. But survival came through the sacrifice of Kat, the very person Leslie might not have expected to become part of Eva's salvation. That complicates everything. If Leslie truly loves Eva, then she must face the fact that the person who helped save her daughter may not fit neatly into Leslie's old grudges or old narratives. The spoiler that Leslie will give Eva a special gift suggests an attempt at tenderness, but with Leslie, tenderness can never be taken at face value too quickly. The gift may be heartfelt, a symbolic way to show Eva that she is cherished and that her mother understands how close she came to losing everything. Leslie may want Eva to see her not as a schemer or a source of pain, but as a mother who was terrified, grateful, and changed by the thought of life without her child. Yet the question remains, can Leslie truly change? Or is this simply another emotional performance born from a moment of fear? People can make promises in the shadow of tragedy that become much harder to keep once life returns to normal. Leslie may believe in her own transformation on Monday, but the real test will come later, when pride, jealousy, and old habits begin to pull at her again. Eva's reaction to Leslie's gift could reveal just as much as the gift itself. Eva has every reason to want love from her mother, especially after the trauma of nearly losing her life. But she may also know Leslie too well to accept sudden gestures without caution. A special gift can carry comfort, but it can also carry expectations. Leslie might mean it as an act of love, but Eva may wonder whether it comes with emotional strings attached. Is this gift a promise of a new beginning, or is it Leslie's way of trying to secure Eva's loyalty? Is Leslie trying to make amends, or is she trying to rewrite the story before anyone else can define it? These questions could add quiet tension to what might otherwise seem like a tender mother-daughter moment. In Beyond the Gates, even love can feel dangerous when it comes from someone who has used emotion as a weapon before. At the same time, Joey Armstrong will be moving pieces on the chessboard, and his storyline may bring a darker kind of suspense to Monday's episode. Spoilers indicate that Joey will give Randy Parker an order, and additional previews suggest that Randy will feel uncomfortable with the assignment. That discomfort is important. Randy is not simply receiving a harmless errand. Whatever Joey asks him to do is serious enough to make him question the line he is being asked to cross. The most likely direction is that Joey wants Randy to reconnect with Deanna McBride, the daughter of Doug McBride and Vanessa McBride. On paper, that might sound innocent enough, especially because Randy was Doug's childhood friend. He has a believable reason to approach Deanna, and that existing connection gives Joey a convenient cover. But in Joey's world, very little is ever innocent. The deeper tension comes from Joey's relationship with Vanessa. Joey loves Vanessa, or at least he appears to love her in his own complicated and morally compromised way. He wants to protect her and her children, and his attachment to them may be sincere. But that sincerity is poisoned by a terrible secret. Joey is behind Doug's death and is hiding that truth from Vanessa. This creates a disturbing contradiction at the center of his character. He can claim to care about Vanessa's Just family while also being responsible for the wound that changed that family forever. He can present himself as a protector while secretly being the source of danger. That duality makes his interest in Deanna extremely suspicious. If Joey wants Randy to watch Deanna, is it because he fears she may be in danger, or because he fears she may discover something? Is he trying to keep her safe, or keep her close enough to control? Randy's discomfort may suggest that he senses the ugliness beneath the assignment. He might know enough about Joey to understand that orders are rarely simple. Reconnecting with Deanna could seem harmless on the surface, but it may require Randy to exploit old emotional history, manipulate trust, or insert himself into the grief of a young woman who has already lost her father. If Randy once cared about Doug as a childhood friend, then being asked to approach Doug's daughter under Joey's direction could feel especially wrong. It is one thing to check on someone out of genuine concern. It is another thing to do so because Joey Armstrong has decided she needs to be watched. That is where Randy's conflict could deepen. He may be loyal to Joey, dependent on him, or afraid to refuse him, but he may also feel the moral weight of what he is being asked to do. This could become one of the most intriguing setups of the episode, because Deanna represents more than just Vanessa's daughter. She represents a possible crack in Joey's carefully constructed lie. If Deanna begins asking questions about Doug, if she senses inconsistencies, or if she gets too close to the truth, Joey's entire relationship with Vanessa could be threatened. Joey may tell himself that he is simply protecting Vanessa from more pain, but that kind of protection often becomes another form of control. By sending Randy toward Deanna, Joey may be attempting to manage a threat before it grows beyond his reach. The danger is that the more he tries to control the situation, the more suspicious he may become. Secrets rarely stay buried in daytime drama, and Joey's secret is far too explosive to remain hidden forever. Vanessa's own moment with Joey adds another layer to the episode. Spoilers say she will share some news with him, but the nature of that news remains unclear. It could be personal, involving their relationship, her family, or her emotional state after everything connected to Doug and Deanna. It could also involve their partnership, suggesting that Vanessa may be thinking about business, loyalty, or future plans in a way that affects Joey's next move. Whatever she tells him, Joey's reaction will matter. If the news brings Vanessa closer to him, his guilt may become harder to ignore. If the news creates complications, he may become more determined to tighten his control over the people around her. The tragedy of Joey and Vanessa's dynamic is that intimacy and deception are growing side by side. Every warm moment between them is shadowed by the truth he refuses to reveal. What makes Monday's episode especially strong is that each storyline seems to mirror the others in subtle ways. Tomas wants certainty from Kat, but Kat may only be able to offer uncertainty. Leslie wants to prove love to Eva, but Eva may have reason to question whether love from Leslie can truly be trusted. Joey wants control over the situation surrounding Vanessa and Deanna, but Randy's discomfort suggests that control may come at a moral cost. In every case, someone is asking for trust. Tomas asks Kat to trust him with her future. Leslie asks Eva to trust that she can change. Joey asks Randy to trust his orders, and perhaps asks Vanessa to trust the version of himself he has carefully presented. But trust is fragile, and on Beyond the Gates, it often becomes dangerous when built on pressure, fear, or secrets. The episode also seems ready to balance shocking drama with the humor fans expect each week. That balance is part of the show's appeal. Beyond the Gates can move from a high-stakes romantic proposal to a tense, criminally charged assignment, then shift into lighter character beats without losing its dramatic identity. The humor does not erase the danger. It makes the world feel more alive. In a community filled with wealth, status, hidden motives, and emotional chaos, moments of comedy can sharpen the drama by reminding viewers that these characters are not just symbols of conflict. They are people trying to survive embarrassment, family judgment, romantic confusion, and the absurdity of life behind polished gates. Monday's episode may offer those lighter moments, but they will likely sit on top of a much more serious emotional foundation. As the July drama begins, Tomas may learn that even the most heartfelt proposal can become painful when the timing is wrong. Kat may learn that honesty can wound someone even when it is necessary. Leslie may begin a new chapter with Eva, but whether that chapter leads to redemption or another betrayal remains uncertain. Randy may be pushed into a role he does not want, while Joey's need to protect his secrets could pull him deeper into manipulation. Vanessa, meanwhile, may stand closer than ever to a truth that could shatter her trust and reshape everything she believes about the man by her side. Monday's Beyond the Gates is not just about a proposal, a gift, and an assignment. It is about the moment before consequences begin. Tomas is waiting for an answer that could either confirm his dream or expose a crack in his relationship. Leslie is offering love while still carrying the shadow of her past. Joey is making moves that may protect his lie for now, but could eventually lead straight to his downfall. And as the gates open again after a week of reruns, fans can expect the drama to return with exactly the kind of emotional force that makes every secret feel dangerous, every romantic gesture feel risky, and every act of love feel like it may be hiding something darker underneath.